Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here. Today I want to talk about Destiny's Child Defense War again, and today we will cover the most free-to-play friendly build, the most accessible build, which is really efficient. So if you're new to the game or you're not donating money, if you're not wasting money on the game, I will tell you what to do and what will work for you the best so you can climb ranks. So yeah, I will cover two teams this time. First one will be a Freeze Frost based team. It will be based on Ymir. If you know that team, you can go to the second part that will be based on Mars, and after the second team I'll give you more examples that work or not, and some ideas that will make your team building when you just starting out easier. So okay, the first team based on Ymir, that's a really early team that was used before the Mars introduction. It's still viable for the most part, and there are different variations to it. That was really good back in the day, and it's not that fantastic right now, but you can still use it when you just starting out, because most of those guys are really accessible and you don't really need any legendaries to use it. That's really important for the new guys. So alright, how do we do this? How do we build this team? First of all, the main thing, you should have Ymir, and you want to level him up at least to level 6 or 7, so he will be like high level. But the base one will do as well. He will be your main damage dealer. That's important. Then there will be someone who's freezing your enemies. I prefer to use Lisa because that's lowering your chances of getting really bad luck at the start when you don't have damage dealers and you screw up the fight entirely, so it's less RNG. But she's a little bit less efficient at freezing than another option that we can use. Who's that? That's our second lady, Mayahuyel. Probably that's pronounced like that, I'm not entirely sure. But she's better at freezing because she frees all the minions, and that's making your DPS more consistent. Once again, you can try both of those. You can go with her or with Lisa. I prefer Lisa because she does damage as well. Her slow is stronger, and well, she's easier to level up as well, so that's a better option for me personally. So other than those two guys, you would like additional childs who will make your team complete. Over here I use legendary Buried. If you don't have him, I mean, he's not the best option anyway, you can go for someone who buffs your speed or your damage. Yeah, you can go either for Queerness, we'll use her right now, for the speed buff that will increase DPS of your guys and you will freeze them faster, or you can use Siren for the critical chance buff that will increase your damage as well. But personally I would prefer the speed one because it seems to be a little bit better. It will spread your damage more evenly and there will be no... I'll show you in the fight. Yeah, and other than that you can use Aurora Heart. This is pretty good one for this build for you know, removing the unnecessary space. And the second one, I used Liron here, but you can use anyone actually here. Find your own team. I'd advise going with this team. Like, for me, this one would work the best. I used legendary one for more summons per second, but you don't really need that. So yeah, those are the childs that you will use, and you can change them out. The core of this is Ymir, and the second one is either Lisa or that lady with the freezing. Where is she? Mayahuyel once again. Other than that, everything else is purely, you know, getting everything better. As for the main Arcfield candidate for the hero, I'd prefer going with Dahlia here because she will increase your damage and you will need it sometimes. If you're sure about your DPS, if it's consistent enough, you can go for Eve because that will remove the chances that you will be screwed up by Clown or the Freezer or something like that. So it's up to you. We will go with Dahlia this time just to show you how it works. You can go with Eve, it will be more consistent yet again. As for the mastery, I would strongly recommend going for the damage, then over here for additional mana at the start to lower the chance of getting the bad start, and for attack speed over here. So it's not a critical build, it's a pure damage build. We have one additional point that you won't have most likely, and I will put it in the mana per second most likely. Yeah, we'll go for this one. I think this will be better for us. So we will get additional mana for us. So right, let's go into the fight and see how this setup will work. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to win because I'm already high enough, and over here you want to use the second team, but most likely we'll be pretty competitive over here, which will be really cool. Okay, the game is loading up. We will experience some freezes right now. There we go, there we go. Okay, that will be while the game is loading the resources. Yeah, so what we have here, we are already lucky with the Ymir and with the Freezer Lady, and we have the speed buff next to Ymir, so that's a really good start. We have those slimes over here that will buff us up, that will make someone better. We'll save them up right now, or maybe not, maybe not. We will just buff everyone up and see what will happen. So that additional damage should be really good on the Ymir. If you like it to get Ymir with the buff, you will leave him because that will help you in the long run. I'm wondering how it will work. I haven't used this team for a while, so I'm really curious how it will work. Your priority should be buffing Ymir, increasing his level, because that's your main DPS source, so yeah, you don't want to screw it over. The beginning of your fight can be pretty hard because over here, as you can see, you have a lot of those things that will be really annoying and won't help you a lot, and you might want to remove some of them in order to get higher results over here. Gosh, this is really hard on this level. I hope we'll be able to do that. Okay, we are getting straight to the boss right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, we made it. Wow, yeah, this is really good for the lower teams. Over here, you just buff your damage because otherwise that boss will decimate you. There we go. We got a small drawback here, but it's not that bad because we can use our slimes to remove that unnecessary thing. So there we go. We got the level 6 Ymir here, and that's already pretty cool. So as long as the enemies will be frozen and we will level them up, that will do a lot of damage to them, as you can see here. If we'll be able to get the speed buff next to him, that will be even better, but yeah, I'm not putting my hopes up way too much. Alright, so as you can see here, I think we should be able to get to round 4 or so. I'm not entirely sure about that. The enemies are just overwhelming us. Yeah, but you will need to level up Ymir and Eliza, turn into Eliza, right, to the highest level, otherwise you'll be screwed up. So that's a must. You can't do anything else about that. You have to do that. And there we go. We can replace the block right now with another slimy thingy. Make sure that you have at least 3 to 4 Elizas on the board at all times. Otherwise, you won't have enough DPS. Because yeah, if you don't have them, the enemies won't be frozen and your Ymirs won't do enough damage. Alright, what should we do now? Let's replace Liza with this with that. Alright, upgrade good Mad Clown. Oh my god, that would be bad. That would be bad, guys. Look at the damage we're doing. We are really doing quite a lot of damage to the enemies. Unluckily, what's happening? The enemy got really bad luck here. They don't have the damage dealers. Look at that. Oh god, they are in trouble. Okay, they will be able to do that. So yeah, we need to take care of ourselves right now, not think about the enemy. So yeah, let's keep upgrading ourselves. Our Ymir is already at highest level, so that's good. We have 4 Elizas, that's good. We might need to upgrade one of the Elizas over here. Yeah, we got all the... I don't remember. I call them light bulbs. I don't remember their name. So yeah, they are there as well, leveling up. Yeah, let's get the speed buff over here. That will be good. Okay, that's a good one. That will be useful later on, most likely. Okay, we have another boss incoming. I skipped some parts for you, so you won't be bored. Power up. And I hope that we'll be able to... no, not really. We were close, but we didn't manage to take him out before he will drop the bomb on us. But that's not that bad. The enemy have the same hero, so they will have the same issues, I think. Yeah, unlikely they have the better setup, so most likely we will lose here, but we will still have some fun. We're already at round 4 at this arena level, and that's really fantastic and unexpected. I thought that we will die way earlier, but we are doing really good right now from my personal experience. We can combine some stuff right now, and hope that we'll be able to reach higher results. Alright, we screwed up over here because we didn't get really good luck with the Lyrans, but you got the idea of the build. Basically, you want to have 4 Lizas. Let's go to the build right here. Yeah, you gotta have 4 Lizas at all time, 3 to 4, so everyone will be frozen. You upgrade her to the maximum level. Then you want as high level Ymir as possible. If you will be able to get the 6, 7, 5-star Lyran with the Aurora Heart, that will be fantastic. That will guarantee you really high damage. And you want to have those Lyrans all around, swamping your highest level guys. And if you get lucky with the Quirinus next to your Ymir, you are really lucky. But yeah, it's a real RNG based. As a free-to-play player, I think without any legendaries, free-to-play player without luck, without legendaries, I think this is your best bet to start. Let's move on to the second team, which is way more reliable in my opinion, but this is a really good for the climbing. This is a really good team for the high level fights, for the high arenas, but it's really RNG based. I'm using it right now. This is my main team, and I can't stress hard enough how annoyed I can be. I can get 5, 7 losses in a row because you will see why. Let me explain you how it works. So the core of this team is Mars. You want to have her at the highest level as possible. Mine is level 8 and she's doing a fantastic job. So she will be your core damage buffer. I think I'll make a separate video on the Mars later on so you will know how she works. But the idea is that you will surround high level Marses with the high level, high speed damage dealers. I prefer Dano. Some people prefer to use, not her Ashu, because she will get way higher base attack speed. So yeah, you want to surround Mars with the high speed damage dealers. Who will it be? It's up to you. Then you really want to have Quirinus in your team setup for even higher speed, higher attack speed. So if you will get lucky, you can get a really crazy build. The next one will be Lyran again, because he will give you high star things from the start if you like it. This is a lot of RNG gambling, but in the end it usually pays out. And it's really good if you have Shamash. If you have Shamash, that it will work fantastically well, because you'll be able to replace people altogether. Her special power is changing places with the same star child, and it's really powerful. If you don't have her, you can replace her with I don't know, probably Merlin will be a good option, so you can change the spots around. And Merlin have a really good DPS, so he will help you at the start if you're unlucky with the pulls. So yeah, you can make a good placement on the map or on the board. Or if you don't want to go with Merlin, you can try the blue heart as well for better clearance of the board, so you won't have unnecessary things. Right now I will show you how it works with the Shamash, and after that we will try to see how you can play it in the different team setup. So yeah, this is the optimal setup for this Shamash. Yes, unluckily, if you have him, you can climb really high. This is like one of the end game builds. If you don't have him, well, you can get someone else. As for the mastery, I would advise going for the critical if you're going for Dano, because in my personal experience, that's way better than going with Ashu. Like, it works better. I'm defeating Ashu setups with my setup. Let's put it like that. If I'm lucky. If I'm really unlucky and I'm getting the better results, yes, but most of the times I'm winning with this. So I advise going with Dano. I advise going with the critical build, so you're going for the critical over here. You are going for additional metas at the start over here, because you can get really bad starts. And you're going for additional critical hit chance over here. That's really important. Down here, no, not fusing. Down here, you're going for the critical one as well. So you can, if you are at level 9 already, you can get 4 mana at critical kills, and you will get it quite often in my opinion. If you can get even lower, more critical damage, of course, because you will be throwing criticals like there is no tomorrow. Alright, so let's test it out in the battle and see how it will work. There we go, we got a really strong enemy against us, and let's hope that we will get a good start. So yeah, we got lucky, we got 2 Danos straight away. Sometimes when you start, you can get unlucky and you can get 0 Danos, so that means that you will have low damage. If you have your secondary damage dealer, let's call him like that, who can do damage other than Dano, you're okay, and you want to have Danos anyway, like sooner or later. Somewhere around the middle of round 1 you will have some child on the board, and if you have like 2 or 3 Danos already, you're good to go. You can then upgrade them to the next level, +1, so they will do more damage and keep building up. So the idea of this build is that you are creating, like, filling the board, and at this point, no, too late! Oh god, I was late. Yeah, at this point you want to use those, what the hell is this? Oh, the enemies will screw us up with their build. Oh no, that's scary. So at this point you want to use a lot of those things, so they will generate you high level childs. Yeah. Let's upgrade Dano a little bit more because we got randomized by the enemy. I think the enemy will lose here because they are relying a lot on the RNG, and that won't work with me. There we go, our first boss, and we are not really ready for that, but let's debuff, defend against the debuff here and see how it will go. Probably we should be able to kill them without significant issues. I want to protect my guys over here so they will get the results that we want. Oh my god, that's really bad. Yeah, they're trying really hard. God, we totally screwed up the beginning, but we will keep going. Alright, so the idea of this map, like, I will show you the best setup after this run. The idea of this one is to surround Dano with Mars and have a 1 speed buff next to Dano. In this fight it will be really hard because the enemies are totally screwing up our positioning, but, you know, we should go for it, we should try to aim for it, and they will die sooner or later because their team will be really bad and they won't be able to overcome us. Honestly, that RNG thingy might be beneficial for us. So if you have Dano at a high level, like 3 stars and higher, you can start surrounding her with Mars and leveling them up. That will be good enough. Even at level 1, Mars will give a huge benefit to Dano, and the problem with the low tier Danos, low star Danos, that their burst is really short term and it's not, they don't have enough attack speed. Right now, as you can see, we are doing fantastic job without even trying too much. Over here we'll put the speed buff, and we should have went for the damage. Let's merge them a little bit. So yeah, the enemies are already feeling that they are in trouble here, I think. In the end, you will have your speed buff, your Dano, and your Mars at the highest tier, at the max level, and you don't want to level up anyone after that because that doesn't make any difference. Yeah, unluckily, I'll show the picture after the fight because over here I won't be able to build a perfect team, but the idea, if you have like that high level Dano like that lady over here, you want to surround her with 1 speed buff, and the rest of them should be something like, can we get lucky here? Yeah, the rest of them should be, gosh, that's annoying. Yeah, the rest of them should be Marses, basically. So yeah, right now we want to have the highest level childs all around, so when we will be randomized, we won't get bad luck and we will be able to take out the enemies anyway. Yeah, I have a feeling that the enemy won't be able to hold for much longer and they will end somewhere around in a few seconds. So yeah, those cheesy builds that we have over here, I'll give you a guide on those as well. Those are really fun to play, but they are extremely unreliable, and I'm pretty sure you won't be able to climb high with those. So for the beginners, that's not the best option. There we go, we won. Let's say that we are happy about that. Ta-da, really good. So guys, this is what we have. I'm sorry for the horrible quality, but this is a screenshot I took in the one of the plays on the mobile, and the idea here, really interesting thing, can we paint here? And the idea here that you have the speed buff in the middle, then it's surrounded with the 4 Danos that are the highest level possible, so 1 speed buff is working for 4 Danos, and then you surround those Danos with the Marses over here. Can we change the color for the red? So you have 3 Marses on the edges of the map. So we have one over here, one over here, one over here, and so on. And if you can get lucky and put Marses in all those spots, those narrows, I forgot their name anyway, those girls in the middle will do insane amount of damage with that speed buff. They will be unstoppable, and in the corners you can get additional damage dealers that will make it even better. So with this team I managed to climb to the really high level, and it was really efficient, so you should aim for this setup. So yeah, the idea of the Mars setup is to have damage dealer with a high speed next to Mars, and it's up to you how you can reach that. For me, that team works the best. So yeah guys, as I promised, there will be additional tips for you right now how you can build a team other than that, like the overall tips. First of all, it's not about the tip, but the main idea: try to get legendaries. Try to finish those seasons. It just requires you to take part in action, so yeah, you can get that, no problem. Try to do quests. Sooner or later you'll get the legendary back over here. Check out the shop and make sure that you have 20k available at all times of gold, because you can get the legendary thing over here as well for gold. So yeah, make sure that you don't miss those opportunities. That's really important. As for the team building, I will mark the childs that are really useful, so you can try to level them up a little bit as well. So that will be that syrinx that's producing mana over time. It can be useful in the co-op together with the Jupiter. So those guys together can be a really good co-op team for the free-to-play players without using any really expensive legendaries. So we won't be covering legendaries in this guide because that's RNG based for the free-to-play players. We'll cover it in the different video. Then you can focus a little bit on the purple card. Well, you don't really need him high level. It's just for your support builds, when you just making sure that you're buffing your teammate, or for the tricky cheese builds that I talked about earlier. We'll cover that in a different video as well. All of those are pretty fun. You want to focus on the Aurora card anyway. That's really useful for all the teams. You want to focus on the Siren. She's a really good support. You want to focus on the Quirinus. She's a good support in most teams. And my camera decided to turn off some light. Other than that, you want to focus on the Mars, of course, because right now she's one of the best support heroes whatsoever. Then we have this lady, Thisbe. She is good for situational early builds because she gives you really high mana when she's merged, and early on you will have the benefit of merging everyone together and taking out enemies, because you'll be low on mana early on. After that, it's not that much of a problem. Another good child from the early stages is Freya. She can be useful later on as well, because she gives a really good damage amplifier buff that will make all your childs and your teammate childs as well useful and more powerful against the enemy. Then who else do we have here who might be useful? Yeah, I think out of the common childs, those are the best ones. So yeah guys, those are the two teams that you can really use early on in the game. Other teams are just a bunch of random stuff and not as efficient. If you have any more teams, if you have any better ideas, let me know them in the comments. But right now, I really recommend you guys trying the Mars out. That will change your game forever, and when I tried that, that was really crazy. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think about this video. Leave a like while you're going there, subscribe if you haven't yet, so you will get more videos about Defense War. Don't forget to hit the bell button and check the pinned comment and the video description for the links. There is a playlist with more videos about the Defense War, and there are social media as well. Specifically, I want you guys to see on the Discord. We're discussing everything over there, so you might find it useful. Thank you for watching, guys. Soviet out. До свидания.